So this is going to be by far probably the most informative Achilles tendonitis video you've ever watched. Reason being is I tried fixing my Achilles tendonitis for like almost a year with no luck, and then I finally found things that help, and they'll be able to help you, I promise you. But you have to understand the whole body and how it works to begin with. So first off, I'm gonna put you down here. Okay, and now let's chat. Okay, so the first and most important thing is you gotta take pressure off the tendon, okay? You also, Sarah, sorry, my pup, you also need to make sure it's not inflamed, okay? Usually, the first part of the process is the tendon kind of gets inflamed, and you need to reduce that inflammation. How do you do that? Rest, ice, and take the pressure off it. How do you take the pressure off it? Well, guys, it really depends on, yeah, we're making a video. My puppy here. Yeah, okay. So, guys, it really just depends on how much pressure is going on to that tendon, right? So, most people, like for me, the pain is right where it joins in by the heel, okay? And this is why a lot of modalities don't work, because you have to understand something, right? You have, let's say you have a ledge or a step. If the pain is at the, if the pain is at the heel, okay, and you're bringing it past the point of parallel, you're stretching it, it's tearing it more. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, is you gotta stop the stretching in the first place. So doing eccentric calf raises are pointless, especially when you go past that point of parallel. So what I teach is don't go past that point of parallel. The first most important thing you can do, like I said, stop the inflammation. If you guys have heard of BioFreeze, there's just a little gel you put on your calves, you put on your soleus, keep everything loose, because when your calves are loose and your soleus is loose, then there's not gonna be pressure on that tendon, okay? And the reason that you have pressure on the tendon in the first place is because A, they're probably weak, and B, they're probably tight. So I'm gonna show you some stuff today on how to loosen all that stuff up, and some different techniques you can do. As I said, this is gonna be the most informative video you're gonna get. So you have to understand, if you raise the heel up, okay, and you're up like this, and the pain is by the heel, then guess what's gonna happen? You're not gonna have that pain or that pressure when walking around. Here's a quick example how you can see it. Get a wash towel, baby, make a square wash towel that you'd get from your bathroom. Take it, stuff it up, and put it in the back of your shoe so your heel's raised, okay? Put it in both of your shoes. Take a walk around. If it's better, and if it feels better, then that means you have insertional Achilles tendonitis, where it joins by the heel. You have to understand, the reason it never gets better is because there's never any pressure that's been taken off of it. So if you're walking around all these different times and you're just, walking around, or they put you in orthotics or this and that, and you're not seeing any improvement, well, it's because it's still stretching. Every time you step, it still stretches, okay? So what I recommend is a heel lift. This is the first most important thing you can do to get rid of the pain. It's a Band-Aid. It's not an ultimate fix. It's a heel lift, okay? You can get them at Amazon, all right? So they look like this, okay? I've had mine for a while, pretty beat up, but this is what they are. You just put them in the back of your shoe, like so, okay? Just boom, put them in, slide them in, and then put your shoes on, all right? And what that does, it's immediately gonna give you relief and stop that stretching. Now, I'm not telling you right away to go back to your activities and play sports. I'm telling you to walk around with those in, let that tendon come back and get back to itself again. If it hurts, just stop your activity for a while and put the heel lifts in. The problem that mine got so bad is because I never stopped, but it's like 9,000 times better now. It's just because I never stopped, right? I just kept going even though there was pain. So, and I think a lot of us do, because we don't want to give up our running, our jumping, our basketball, whatever. So get these, they will be your absolute best friend. Put them in the back of your shoe. Okay, next thing you guys can do get yourself a foam roller, okay? Now, most people go like this and mash it out. No, what you want to do is this, and I'll take off this shoe as well, and my little puppy will stay here. Yep, okay. So first thing we want to do is the calf. So see what I'm doing with my foot? I'm rotating in different directions, okay? And I'm going back and forth, okay? Calf's not, well, soleus isn't tight, the calf is tight. So I was a little low. So this is where your calf is, okay? So up and down, okay? And I'll move it back so you can see more. So calf, put it here, up and down, around, circles. You want to just pull it where you find the tight spots. Okay, so there's a tight spot. I can feel it. You have to understand the reason that your Achilles hurts is because there's pressure and tightness on it caused from the soleus and the calf muscle. So we'll do this. Now we'll bring it back to it down to our soleus. Do the same thing. Okay. And go even where it joins in almost if you can. Try not to hit the tendon itself, but where it joins in. Here it's tight. Where it kind of joins in the calf, that's tight for me. Okay. So I'm going to show you another way you can do this. Okay. Is you kneel down like so. Okay. And you put the foam roller back here. And you sit on it. Okay, and then you go back and forth like this. Okay, the more pressure you put on it, obviously the more it's gonna grind it out. This is what you do. You wanna do this for 2 minutes. 2. Okay, so go back and forth again. Well, you get the idea. So you put a foam roller between your butt and your heels. Okay, now another reason that you're having issues in the first place is because your feet are really tight and your arches are tight and you're pronating too much. So what you can do is take a ball like this, a cross ball you can get at Dick's Sporting Goods or Sporting Store. Put it under your foot, throw it away, and get up on your head and mash those areas out. They're tight. It's easier if you stand up, but I'm just trying to show you so you can see for the camera. Actually, you know what? I'll stand up so you can see. So, see? Just want to grind that area out. It's gonna hurt, I'm telling you. It's not gonna tickle, but this is how you release all those tight areas. And you want to do that for how many minutes? 2 minutes. And you want to do it on each foot. Okay, so let's recap. First and foremost, if the pain is when your heel joins in, you need a heel lift, okay? If the pain is higher, you need to be breaking the point of parallel. The heel lift probably wouldn't help you that much. You'd probably be better off with the orthotic if the pain is up a little bit higher, if that makes sense, okay? So first and foremost, these. Now, it's never gonna actually completely heal unless you break down the scar tissue. So you need to do, this is, what is this called? Oh, cross-fix and massage. So you take your thumb, 2 fingers, and you put it right here, and just kind of, I can show you here, see? You're just kind of getting those crevices in here, and you just grind it out a little bit. And it's okay if you work the tendon too, but you want to go cross. You don't want to go up and down, you want to go cross. So what this is doing is breaking up the scar tissue. If you don't break up the scar tissue, it will never heal, because scar tissue is a method that the body naturally tries to do to heal itself, but you have to understand when it tries to heal itself, it can't, because it's just these loose bundles of fibers that aren't strong and organized, that are vertical up and down. So that's the difference that you get. So you want to do that like 3 times a day for 5 minutes, along with these other things I'm telling you. Now, as far as exercises, once it starts feeling better and it doesn't hurt anymore, here's some stuff that you can do, okay? So use as an example. I'll just do it even on my shoes, okay? But now let's just do it like this. Okay, so what you want is like a textbook, not sneakers. This probably isn't that good of an example, but I can try. Okay, so either way, my heels are elevated. I come up, come back down, come up, come back down, come up, come back down. Just normal calf raises, but what's happening? My heel's still elevated. So I'm not gonna have issues, I'm not gonna have pain, okay? Now, after you do, I usually say 3 sets of 20 of those, just put a book underneath your calves. Next thing you do is just come up halfway, right here, and hold. Okay? And hold. 30 seconds is all you need. 3 sets. You could put your hands against the wall if you're first starting out, but yeah, I mean, those are probably by far the best tips I could give. Also, working on your foot strength. You can tie a band here and push your foot forward. You know, working on your toe strength is going to help as well, because ultimately the reason that this happened is because you have arch issues. You have weak arch, so you just need to fix that stuff up, and then you'll notice everything will get better for yourself. So again, number 1, heel lifts. Amazon, go to my Facebook group, you'll find them, they're there. Number 1. Number 2, get those feet loose. Super important to get that arch loose. That's going to take a lot of pressure off. Number 3, calf and soleus, and then also sit on it and do it that way. Also, what's number 4? The cross friction massage, okay? 3 times a day, 5 minutes each time. And then last but not least, calf raises on an elevated surface. So just come up here, okay? Because it's never going to get worked when you're coming all the way down here. It's just going to stretch and hurt itself. This is why eccentric calf raises do not work for this type of plan. What you need to do is do all your calf raises from this angle, if that makes sense, okay? And then the isolation, and reduce your activity to 1 time a week. Make sure you have your heel lifts in. If it still hurts, completely reduce the activity, wait a week or 2, and then come back at it. But do these exercises that I gave you and the things I showed you every single day, and you'll have a fast recovery. Guys, I hope that video helps you a lot. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it's Conrad Quinter. My Instagram is FitLiveConrad, and I have a Facebook group for people who have Achilles issues called Achilles Tendinitis Fix. So I hope this stuff helps you. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll keep putting more things up to help you guys. But I've been through a lot of different things with my Achilles, and these methods I'm giving you are the fastest and easiest way to get relief and start feeling like yourself again. So I hope it helps, guys. Take care.